Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO! Here's the cover.
Hey guys, we're back for another video today, and as requested in the poll I posted, we are in the best Tier 9 tank destroyer in the game, the Bear. Why am I playing this? For the laughs, for the memes, and because, why not? So, this tank is awful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not actually a good vehicle. The platform is... It's a giant square box that gets penned by everything that has over like 280 millimeters of pen and or a brain. Or both. But it can be a good laugh with this gigantic gun it has. Not going to be much of a tank review this game. Going to be more just talking about the gameplay. There's enough about this tank, it's been out long enough. But it is, or was, I don't know at this point, but it was on the track to the Storm Tiger recently. And I kind of split up ammo on this thing about half and half, so I do AP 10 and then 10 of the HE rounds. I actually fire more AP in this thing than I do HE, it feels like, just because of when the AP rounds connect, they do not just a lot of damage, but they also do a lot of module damage. So a lot of times you'll hit people, you can actually pop their ammo rack, set them on fire, and you'll see that a few times in this replay. The biggest thing that makes this tank, two things that really make this thing the worst tank in the game, even after all the buffs, because you can see it turns well now, is it's got 0 degrees of gun depression, and the traverse limit on the gun is like 1 degree each side, if that. So you're just like constantly readjusting the gun, searching for positions that you can use. As we spot a 4005 in the distance, and we're gonna start getting some assist damage in the Bear. Sure, why not? We go scout and everything nowadays. So that's the big thing, is finding a place where you can actually get the gun down to fire without losing your entire hit points. And I don't really want to give that 4005 too much of an opportunity, but then our 183 finishes them off, and we start the game with 2,000 assists on Ghost Town and the Bear. It's a good result. So we got an AP round loaded. We see this 705 coming in, and luckily our 183 doesn't make us miss our shot. And like I said, set him on fire. 1,500 damage right there. The other good thing with this compared to the Storm Tiger is the AP actually normalizes. So a lot of times you'll overmatch a lot of armor plates on various tanks just because of the size of this gun. It's the second largest gun in the game next to the Storm Tiger. Surprise, surprise. So you'll just overmatch a lot of armor plates because of the type of rounds you're firing here. I was trying to fire HE at this M48. You could actually splash your teammate there and kill the M48 because the Prim HE has like, I think 12 meters splash radius. And I am running the advanced loader. Whatever equipment lets you switch out the round based on what you're aiming at. I forget the name of it at this point, but that's your ideal setup based on what target is in front of you and what you're looking at. So if that E100 was frontally on and angling well, or was such and such, it's going to be hard for me to pen him because it'd be 280 millimeters. But when he gives me his flat side like that, we're going to hit him with AP and slap him for 1,100 damage. Granted, we do take 800 in return. Like I said, it's very hard to actually do a lot of damage to this tank without taking damage yourself because you're just a giant box. Now you can say, oh, well, you have armor. Yeah, you have armor, but not really. Like, with how many people, including myself, are firing premium ammo and just tier 10 tanks in general. Let's hold on 1 second. See that E100? Yeah, he's gone. We just ammo racked him. 2-shot in E100. That's what I mean. Like, just freaking hilarious sometimes when you play this tank. Just like that, we're up to 4,300 damage with 2K combined on Ghost Town. And not every game is like this. Like, a lot of the times, you'll end up doing 0 damage, or maybe 1 shot of HE damage. Like, that's it. And there's some maps that you're just not going to be good on. Thankfully, Ghost Town is one of those maps where you can be pretty consistent on, because there are a fair amount. As we get absolutely robbed, we do not pen the Technodrome with HE. Probably hits one of the stupid spaced armor things or whatever, but we get absolutely robbed there. Thought that guy should probably be dead. But no, he just gets away. So he puts a shot into us as he's leaving. And this game's close, but we feel pretty confident about it based on map position. We have tanks coming in on them from all angles. And yeah, it's a fun vehicle, for me at least. It's not good, it is not good. But my god, is it hilarious to play when it works. Now, here I make a really dumb misplay. For some reason I have AP loaded against this Technodrome. And especially when it goes down to 1-shot damage, I should just have HE loaded here. I can literally just press A. But we live up to our clan tag and become an absolute pleb. And we can't sit here in front of the 4202 because he will butcher us. But unfortunately, there's also a 30B. But 30B's pen is a lot worse. He's trying to get away or get around us. But unfortunately for him, we run him over. The bear has been buffed in terms of maneuverability a ridiculous amount to try to compensate for how bad the tank was. Now, it used to be much worse. The armor used to be worse. The mobility used to be worse. The turning radius used to be worse. But all that's been buffed. So the actual platform in terms of how it like maneuvers and such for such a big vehicle is actually pretty good. It's really hard to actually circle this thing in some some mediums, even some light tanks I've had try to circle me, it doesn't work out. Not saying all, don't take that for granted. Like, there's definitely, you'll get your flanks and you'll be farmed quite easily. But there are certain instances where people get caught out because they think, oh, it's an easy kill, I can get that. And then you just proceed to rotate with them and they're like, I can't pen him. As we finish out that game with the Ace Tanker, 5,000 damage, 2k assists, and 2 kills on Ghost Town there with Swindle. So, second game will be on Kasserine, and that's a map that's a little less suited for us, but we're going to have a little bit better of a game, even in the damage department. Not by much, but a little bit. Yeah. So, why am I playing this other than just for the laughs? I've got it in my brain to try to... I may regret this 2-3 mark this vehicle. We'll see how that goes, and if I can keep my sanity for long enough doing that. I'm at least going to get 2 marks on it, but we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, we're on Kasserine. This game, we're actually top tier. And in a matchup like this, our armor does mean a little bit more, as long as we can keep it facing frontally. We are platooned up with Swindle in the T-49, and then the ultimate scumbag, which is Randy in the artillery. I know. He does play arty. Don't let him fool you. So, we're not gonna... like I said, this tank is very, very, very situationally based on positioning. And if you play it enough, you can kind of get an idea of where to take it and where to get the gun up. Because a lot of, like, one of the techniques is definitely reversing back up on slopes, because this thing has, I think, 90 degrees of gun elevation, which is absolutely ludicrous. So that is a plus for the vehicle. Granted, having even a little bit of gun depression in exchange for that would be nice. Yeah, so we're going to go down into the ditch, but just like this, how I'm angling back on this slope, I'm looking for shots here as we're looking at this Liberté. But it's just not coming off. He's going right into the middle. And fortunately, I'm going to try to get in there because Swindle has pushed up aggressively into the spotting position, but nobody else on our team has pushed up to help him yet. Thankfully, the Liberté has actually kind of ignored him and pushed beyond him, but then a Felice has come in on him. So he's talking to me. He's like, I need help. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way. Hopefully I can slap this tier 9 heavy tank with a big old shell here for 1,000 plus damage. Who knows? Maybe even ammo rack him. We'll find out. And there we go. He gets tracked in front of us. We're just waiting to see if we can get the gun on target. And then slap him for 1,000 damage, just like that. Now, you'll see me doing something I don't do a whole lot, except for in light tanks, I suppose, as Swindle slaps him with an HE round and actually sets him on fire. So bye-bye to that top tier heavy tank. is RBRTing a lot. And then, the reason I feel comfortable doing that, because especially in this matchup, if you have enough penetration, again, we can overmatch a lot of stuff with the AP rounds. And manually aiming this gun sometimes is an absolute pain. So you see, oh, this KV5. And we have to hit that R2-D2 turret. We have to. We could hit with HE for the more guaranteed pen, but that's not fun. That's lame. You just gotta pen the little cupola on top. A little turret. And we're already up to 2,200 damage here. And then we have another contender as the CS 5356 Volcheck, or I butchered that, but now here I get a little cheeky. I should aim this. I switched to HE, and that is the case where I should have either stuck with the AP round and stopped him for 1,000, or manually aimed that, and I could have actually penned and probably killed that guy. And now we get into a little bit of an awkward situation as we have a Centurion 7-1, or 5-1, sorry, Centurion 5-1 up above us. And you can see me fighting the traverse limit here. And I'm going to try an AP round, but it looks like it went like to the left of his turret under the baskets on the side of the turret of that tank. And unfortunately, we don't take him out of the game. Now, the CS is still alive and kicking up here. He finally kind of notices us, but I don't know. He doesn't seem very aware. Even with 2 marks, and we finish him off that time with actually aiming the shell like we should have initially. Yeah. So we're up to 2 kills and 3,500 damage, and each second it seems like we have a new contender coming down. Now, while this is a good area for us to fight, because we can generally keep, you know, the tanks in front of us, not have multiple angles, because that's not where this tank excels. It's still proving difficult, because there's little ridge lines and bumps here. As you try to back up, HE round right into the King Tiger with an RBRT and finish him out of this game. Now here, I don't know why, I'm on reload and I go out in front of the Centurion. Bit of a questionable call because I'm just going to lose hit points here for no reason. I should be just pulling back behind cover. So questionable. And I guess this makes the Centurion a bit optimistic because I got AP round and disgusting. I somehow able to hit the Centurion's cupola there with an AP round and take him out of the game. A really risky shot, but hey, you know, when it works, it works. Now, here we have more tanks coming in, but then we get surprised by a Tier 9 Waffle rocking the big gun, and unfortunately he takes us down to a guaranteed one-shot for himself. Now, he had never been spotted, so I had no idea he was coming that way. I have changed to the circle map for this engagement because it's so close quarters, so, you know, I can see what it is. The Waffle comes around the corner. I got HE loaded and slap him for 1,450 damage as we get taken out of that game. A few misplays here and there could have maybe led to maybe an even bigger result there. As we finish this game, I just wanted to skip ahead. You can see the scumbag Randy finishing the game off, and yeah, so we get the victory on that one. So that's the Bear. Maybe some more videos in the future. It's not a good tank, but it is a funny tank to play. You get 4 kills, 6,000 damage, and 1,700 base XP in that game on Kasserine. So, yeah, it's a vehicle that's funny, but it's not good, guys. It's not good. So don't expect to have these kind of results every game in it if you do. So, yeah, until next time, I will, catch you then, which will probably be in the BZ-176, but yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one, and see you.